So she'd already been through an hour and a half of describing the reality of gender transition clinics in the US. And what was your answer? Do you remember what it was? What's the one thing we are not talking about as a society that we should be?
Homophobia. Because at the root, everything we were doing in that center came back to homophobia. So in the US, most of the clinicians that work in these gender centers are gay, are lesbian, are trans, are genderqueer, or non-binary. They are all from the community. And so many of the clinicians who are still completely gung-ho about doing this, they haven't even grappled with their own internal homophobia.
Yes, that's one of the things you mentioned, that some of the clinicians, Dr. Lewis, Jack Turner, these are people who are obviously struggling with internalized homophobia. But one of the things that struck me when I was talking to you was that you said, the kids coming in don't feel it's okay to be gay. There's no coffee shops, no gay culture. Kids tell us, I hope I'm quoting you accurately, it's better to be trans, even with a lifetime of medication,
than to be gay. Yeah, they directly were telling us this.
So, if that is the truth, and this is one of the reasons I find it so interesting to talk to you, James. I've had to really go through, I don't want to be a conspiracist, God help, but why are we in 2024 facing an ideology that wishes to remove gays and lesbians from the world? Gays, bisexuals and lesbians should all be trans. Have you discovered any kind of explanation?
At the core, I think there is some element that straight people still have an ick factor. That there's this, still they just have this weird, keep it over there kind of thing. I think one of the things that I feel so strongly about, having worked within a hospital system, is that all of the safeguarding elements that should be there, every time I would bring a safeguarding element to the risk management team, to the ethical team, I always felt that there was this little bit of, well, that's your gay issue over there, and you just keep it over there and figure it out. We're not going to step in. And so it was okay for them that these were gay kids being hurt, because there was still a little bit of this element of, I can't embrace you as a full human being and recognize your full humanity needs to be protected.
And another thing you've said is that it's your view that children who are either now or likely to grow up to be gay, lesbian or bisexual in the US are receiving medical treatment that would not be accepted for any straight child, because none of the usual rules or provisos are in place. Is that correct?
What's this? We are removing lifetime fertility from children. We are removing all sexual function. If you do the protocol correct, if you get to a kid at 10 or 2, you will destroy all of these young boys' sexual function and fertility. We would not do that to anyone else. And what's so hard for me in this is that in the US, I care about every detransitioner, but it was only when the straight girls started speaking up and saying, I was harmed, did we start seeing a shift in the US. When it was just the gay kids, nobody spoke up. The original protocol, the original idea was, it had gay kids in mind.
Yes.